What's up, good people? So today is actually the day before Easter, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my Easter cooking out of the way. I was gonna have like a family gathering with my in-laws, but my husband got sick and he's been sick the past couple days. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cook the food, drop it over there, and then tomorrow, come Easter, they can just heat it up, do whatever they want, and I don't have to worry about cooking on Easter. I can just enjoy my day. And since my husband is sick, this is just the tea that I made him. It's just a mixture of green tea, this throat coat tea, some raw honey, ginger, and lime. And the main thing that I'm making for Easter is ham. This is actually a pre-cooked ham. I get this from Walmart, and I love making this around the holidays because it's a lot of meat for a very decent price. Okay, and this ham calls for 10 to 12 minutes of cook time per pound. So go ahead and look and see how many pounds that your ham is. And you'll also see when I undo the ham that there's a lot of juice at the bottom. Don't throw that juice away. Go ahead and pour it on the ham. Then you're going to want to tightly wrap your ham in foil. And you'll see here that my ham started dripping a little bit, and I didn't really want like any juice on the pan because I like a nice easy cleanup. So I went ahead and wiped that juice off, and then I just added a second layer of foil underneath the wrapped up ham. Okay, so I got 2 pounds of green beans, and what I'm doing here is just cutting off that little hard stem part at the top. As you can see, I'm just gonna go through and just with my hands just snap it off. It's super easy, and yeah, I'm just gonna do that for a whole 2 pounds of green beans. And I'm not going to pretend like I just stood up for 30 minutes and did that. Nope, I made myself a little station and sat my butt on the couch and watched TV, and it made it like super easy, and it went by very fast. And the next thing I'm doing, of course, cleaning my sink really well. And then I'm going to put these green beans in a strainer and just rinse them off very well. And I'm dividing them into like 3 sections to rinse them off because I don't want the green beans flying everywhere. So I'm just rinsing them off, and then you'll see me just put the clean ones into a pot. All right, so I'm gonna add just a few cups of water to the green bean pot. You don't have to like fill it all the way to the top, because really the point is to let the steam kind of cook it rather than boil it. But you also don't want to burn your green beans, so you want to add enough water. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some minced garlic, and then I chopped up a medium white onion, and I'm gonna saute it until it's pretty much translucent but not all the way cooked, because it's gonna finish cooking in the actual pot. And then you can go ahead and just pour that in, and after you pour it, just go ahead and get like some tongs or something and really give it a nice mix so everything can be evenly distributed. Whew, and then I had to go ahead and get me a caffeine break in, because this is a lot of work. I don't cook like this every day, and I started feeling that tiredness start creeping in. And I was like, look, I got, still some more food to make. So yes, I'm just taking these little caffeine packets by Great Value, and these things work, and it gave me the exact boost of energy that I needed. And then keep on mixing them green beans until they're tender. And we're gonna go ahead and start on the potatoes. I have 5 pounds of Russet potatoes. I'm using Russet because number one, they're cheaper, and I also just like the flavor when it comes to making mashed potatoes. Okay, and I've seen somebody do this, and I thought it was a great idea. You're gonna take a clean, unused, like Brillo pad thing, and you're gonna use that to scrub like majority of the potato skin off. I don't want to take all of the skin off because I like my mashed potatoes with skin in them. But what this is gonna do is scrub off first any dirt that might still be on the potato after rinsing it. And then it's also gonna kind of make that potato peel layer just a little bit thinner, to where it's just a nice texture for your mashed potatoes, not too rough. And of course, when you're done with all of this, you can go ahead and throw the little Brillo pad away. Okay, and before I put those potatoes on, I'm gonna pull the ham out, and it's asked that you actually add the glaze mix 30 minutes before the ham is done cooking. So that's what I'm doing here. And I know it looks weird just to add like this powdery mix on top of your ham, but this is what I do. I just go ahead and just put it on there. It's mostly just brown sugar, and then I get one of these basers and I pour it on top of it, and it gives it like a nice sugary glaze. And then you're gonna put it back in the oven uncovered for 30 minutes. And at this point, the green beans are already done, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt and stir it up one good time and go ahead and turn the fire off because they're done. And now we can move back to working on these potatoes. Okay, so I boiled these potato chunks until they were fork tender, and now I am gonna add 2 sticks of butter, one of the little cartons of half and half, I think that is, and then some garlic powder. And go ahead and mash the potatoes with the masher, and if you don't have a masher, you can just use like a fork. It should be tender enough to where it should just be really easy to turn into mashed potatoes. All right, and I took out the ham, and now everything is done pretty much. I did the ham, the potatoes, and the green beans, but I did forget I do need to do the bread. So I'm using this Sister Schubert's bread, which is like my go-to when I don't feel like making rolls from scratch. All I do is just put a little butter on the top, pop it in the oven, and pop it right back out, and it's super convenient. And they taste so good. They taste just like somebody's grandma made them, I promise. This is my Easter meal. You know, I had to get me a little test plate in before I took it over to somebody's house, and it was delicious. Do a quick dessert, and I'm taking a French loaf of bread. I don't think I'm gonna need all of it, so I'm just going ahead and slicing what I think I'll need. I just go ahead and get a paper towel to kind of spread the butter really good around the whole pan. And instead of like doing cubes and stuff, I'm literally just like breaking it with my hands into like random little pieces, and I'm gonna keep doing that until the pan is completely full. I'm even going in and getting a few more slices so I can fill in the gaps. Okay, so for the bread pudding, I'm going to be adding 2 1/4 cup of milk, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, 1 can of evaporated milk, 3 whole eggs, cinnamon, nutmeg, about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 teaspoons of rum extract. And then you're gonna stir it until it's mixed up all good and there's no egg yolk or anything. And then you're going to pour it over your bread pieces and really make sure that every little piece of bread is covered and wet. I'm also melting 2 sticks of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, and I'm letting that get to like a nice boil. And then I'm going to take it off the heat and put it on low, and then I'm going to add some heavy whipping cream, about half a cup of sugar, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and half a teaspoon of rum extract. And that's it for dessert, y'all. It was so delicious. I went ahead and made me a bowl, And don't be like me, y'all. Try to wait until it cools down a little bit, because this is like a pudding. But I couldn't wait. I had to taste test it, and it was so good. So, and the sauce is optional. It's also really good with ice cream or whipped cream. Oh my gosh, y'all, we're gonna have a good Easter. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my channel. I can't wait to see y'all next time. Peace.